For more than 20 years, one man stood at the center of sports entertainment. He faced pressure few could survive. He carried expectations few could understand. And through it all, he never walked away. This is not just the story of John Cena's final run. This is the story of a man who defined an era, a leader who never stopped giving back, a legacy that will live on long after the final bell. This is John Cena. A final run is different from a comeback. It's not about reclaiming the spotlight. It's not about proving you still belong. A final run is about understanding that time is limited and choosing to make every moment matter. For John Cena, this final chapter wasn't fueled by ego or unfinished business. It was fueled by respect. Respect for the fans, respect for the business, and respect for the journey that brought him here. Every appearance carried weight. Every entrance in WrestleMania felt meaningful because everyone knew this wasn't just another match. This was history unfolding. Very few people in wrestling history understand what it truly means to be the guy, not just the main event star, not just the champion, but the face of the company. John Cena carried that responsibility longer than almost anyone before him. Year after year, he was the one trusted to lead, to represent, to deliver. That kind of pressure doesn't disappear when the lights go off. And during his final run, that responsibility didn't fade, it evolved. John Cena no longer needed to dominate, he needed to guide. As John Cena returned for select matches and appearances, the atmosphere changed. Crowds reacted differently. Opponents treated him differently. This wasn't the John Cena people once debated. This was the John Cena people appreciated. He entered the ring knowing his role had changed, not as the future, but as the bridge between generations. Every match became a lesson. Every moment became a memory. During his final run, John Cena became a measuring stick for the next generation. Standing across from him meant something. It meant you were trusted. It meant you were ready. John Cena didn't need to win to prove anything. His presence alone elevated the moment. He gave younger stars the opportunity of a lifetime, not by stepping aside, but by stepping in and pushing them to be better. This is the mark of a true legend. John Cena's relationship with fans was never simple. Early cheers turned into mixed reactions. Mixed reactions turned into divided crowds. But John Cena never turned his back. He never changed who he was to please everyone. He stayed loyal to himself and to the people who believe in him. Over time, something powerful happened. The noise softened. The appreciation grew because the fans finally saw the full picture. They saw the sacrifice. They saw the consistency. They saw the man who never quit. Even as his career expanded beyond the ring, John Cena never abandoned WrestleMania. He returned when called. He showed up when needed. Because to him, this business wasn't just a chapter, it was the foundation. His final run proved that being a legend isn't about how often you appear. It's about how much you give when you do. This is what John Cena's friend, Dwayne Johnson, said to John Cena.
All right, this message is for the one and only, my friend, my brother, John Cena. John, Saturday, December 13th. The time has come. You are wrestling your final match in your unbelievably blessed and historic career. And I want to share a few things with you, man, before you go out and you, as we say in wrestling, tear the house down with Gunther. I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for your contributions, all of your accomplishments, your passion, your commitment to this wild and crazy world that's unpredictable and all the things that it is. of professional wrestling that we love. And I want to thank you for that, because I feel like, you and I have this wild and crazy history. And yes, we have spilled blood together in our matches. Literally, we have torn tendons, literally, in our matches. We've broken records. And man, that has been incredible. And I'll always be proud of that, what you and I were able to accomplish together as a team, along with the rest of the rosters back during those days. And it was awesome. And that was rare air that we were able to breathe, and I will always be grateful for that. But the thing that I want to share with you, the most important thing that I realized over the years about our relationship and our bond and our friendship, the thing that I discovered about you that I love the most is your jorts. I'm only kidding. I love the jorts. The thing I love the most about you is that you're a good human being. And man, that matters. And you know what? The more I go down the road of life, the more we go down the road of life, you realize just how important being a good human being is, and being kind to people and treating people nice and being nice to people. It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. You epitomize that quote. So brother, I want to thank you for everything you've done for our entire business, the WWE, this world of pro wrestling. And I also want to take a moment to acknowledge your family, the entire Cena family, because I know personally, I grew up in this crazy world of professional wrestling, and I have experienced, like you, like all of us as wrestlers, we have experienced the challenges of wrestling. And when you become a wrestler, it becomes a family affair, because everybody sacrifices in the family. So Cena family, thank you for your sacrifices as well. I know you're very proud of John, as I am as well. Last thing for you tonight, when you go out, right before your music hits, I want you to remember the thing that you and I always talk about before we go out through the curtain, and before you and I have done our dance in many arenas and stadiums across the country. Do you remember that thing that we say to each other? Not that part about, hey, let's have some tequila and moonshine after the match. No, the other part. Have fun. Go have fun. John Cena, you are the GOAT. Go have fucking fun and tear that house down, man.
John Cena's final run wasn't about saying goodbye. It was about appreciation. Appreciation for the fans who stayed, for the critics who pushed him, for the business that shaped him. He didn't leave wrestling weaker. He left it better, stronger, more prepared for the future. When John Cena finally steps away from the ring for the last time, wrestling doesn't lose a superstar. It loses a standard of professionalism, a standard of loyalty, a standard of respect. And that standard will guide the generations that follow. John Cena's last run reminds us that greatness isn't about how long you stay on top. It's about how you carry yourself while you are there. He didn't just leave behind moments, he left behind meaning. Thank you, John Cena, for the memories, the lessons, and the legacy. And thank you for watching. If this story meant something to you, leave a like, share your favorite John Cena's moment in the comments, and subscribe for more stories that honor wrestling greatest legends.